Hello, hello. This is the final video from this mini-series of the first 20 chapters from the book Vocabulary Power 3. 10 words each chapter, 10 words each video. So the first word for this chapter, chapter 20, from Vocabulary Power 3, criteria. Remember that I will say the word so you can hear the pronunciation, and you can practice the pronunciation by repeating it after me. Criteria. I will also spell the word. So if you would like to, you can spell at home and practice listening as a type of dictation practice. Here we go. Criteria. Criteria. C-R-I-T-E-R-I-A. C-R-I-T-E-R-I-A. Criteria. Criteria. And with the pronunciation, that first part sounds like cry, like cry. Criteria. Criteria. Criteria is like the word standard in the sense of an expectation, something that you think is an important measure of if something is good or bad, the criteria. Or the parameters. We had that word, the parameters, the limits, the rules, the regulation for an expectation. Criteria. When you have homework at school, normally there is criteria. There are some rules or parameters, some limits around the idea of that homework. If you're doing math homework, you probably, your answers probably are not going to be something from, let's say, from your English class or from history class. That's cool. If a teacher has a way to incorporate all of that in your math class, awesome. But probably, right now, you would not have the same answers from your English class and history class in your math class, because the parameters of that homework, the criteria, are about math, are about mathematical concepts specifically. Okay, now let's go to the next word. Derive. Derive. D-E-R-I-V-E. D-E-R-I-V-E. Derive. Derive. This is a word that could be used like the word extract, to get something out of something else, to derive, to take something out of something else, to extract. But we would think of this in a way of thinking of where does this feeling or this idea or this source come from? Where does this come from? Where is the original source? You have some resource. Where is the original source? With your feelings, you could say, I derive happiness from teaching. I derive this emotion of happiness from teaching. I derive happiness from my family, my wife and my daughter, my family. It makes me feel happy. And I get that sensation and that feeling when I'm with my family, when I'm with my wife, when I'm playing with my daughter. Okay? That's a way that you could use that word. The next word, dimension. 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 D-I-M-E-N-S-I-O-N. D-I-M-E-N-S-I-O-N. Dimension. Dimension. Okay. This is a word that we use for the entirety of some environment or situation. The entirety, the whole thing. Dimension. You probably have heard this with movies or something like that, of different dimensions, like a whole, not only a different universe, but a whole different, all encompassing all surrounding environment, a completely different dimension. Not only a different city or state or universe, but whole and in completely different place, dimension. Okay? And we also could use this to talk about categories, dimension, or space. So it could be a category, a way to make categories, different dimensions, or it could be used for spaces. What are the dimensions of this room? What are the dimensions? What is that entire space? How can we calculate that? Okay, the next word, initiate. Initiate. I-N-I-T-I-A-T-E. I-N-I-T-I-A-T-E. Initiate. Initiate. Initiate is a word that we use to talk about causing something important to start, or something that you want to happen to start, to initiate. Or really, you could just use it as a synonym for to begin, to start or to begin, to initiate. So imagine you are building a new house. The first day, you are going to initiate building the house. You are going to begin building the house. You are going to start building the house on the first day. Or we also use this word when you want to include somebody into a group, but there is a special process, some requirements that they need to meet, some special ceremony they need to go through to become a part of this special group. You would initiate them. And after they have been through that ceremony or process, you would say, okay, this is your first day. Now you can begin in this group. You are ready to start as a part of this group. You have been initiated. Initiated. Okay, so initiate, verb, can be used in those two ways. To be initiated, to be included into a group through some process, maybe through voting or some ceremony or special ritual. The next word, integral. 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 I-N-T-E-G-R-A-L. I-N-T-E-G-R-A-L. Integral. 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 This word is an adjective to describe something that is very much joined and intertwined and mixed in with something else. It's integral. It has become like an essential part because it is so mixed and connected. There's the verb integrate, which is to cause someone to join into a group, or for yourself. You know, it could be a person initiating that process for themselves to join in to another group, or a culture, a society, a tradition, a job, to integrate into the culture of those spaces. And to be integral, for something to be integral, using that adjective, is for something that has become so much a part of that space that it is like it is essential or crucial or fundamental in some way. Integral. The next word is orientation. Orientation. O-R-I-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N. O-R-I-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N. Orientation. Orientation. Orientation can be used for many things. It can be used for many, many, many things. Orientation could be used for the training that you have at a job. And in that way, we're thinking of this word orient, O-R-I-E-N-T, O-R-I-E-N-T, orient, of guiding somebody or something to change and put them in a specific direction. So with orientation, you are guiding the focus and the intention of a person in their training. Say, this is where you need to have your focus for this job. This is where your attention needs to be. You're changing their perspective in some way to position them for the responsibilities for that job, to orient them in an orientation. We also use that idea here with the perspective someone has, their beliefs, their preferences. What is their orientation? In which way are they focused? And you can use this for objects. I can orient this globe in this direction, or I can orient it in this direction. I can change the position of it in some way to control its position, to move its position. Orient. And you can orient yourself. You could have a specific orientation again connected with your beliefs, your preferences, things like that. Orientation. To orient yourself, to choose where the focus will be and where you put your attention. And the next word, reside. R-E-S-I-D-E. R-E-S-I-D-E. Reside. Okay, now this is a word that we simply could say means to inhabit an area, where a person or thing stays, where it normally stays, or where it is staying temporarily. Where is a person or thing staying? Where is it making its home or its place of rest, you could say. So for example, maybe you are from Mexico, but you currently reside in Japan. Maybe that's where you currently are living. Maybe you are a resident in Japan. Okay, but you have a house in Mexico, your family and your previous life experience was there, and currently you are living in this place. That's where you're living. Okay? We have the word residence, again from that word, residence. Or resident. Residence, the place where you live. Resident, a person who lives in a specific place. If you are a resident of Japan, you live in Japan. If you are a resident of Mexico, you live in Mexico. And the next word, site. Site. S-I-T-E. Again, that's S-I-T-E. Site. 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 Now, this is another word that we use for place. It's someplace. The site is someplace. Where something is happening, okay? It's some place where an activity or something like that is happening. So you could have a building site. That's the place that you are going to create this building. You could have a work site. It's the place where you work. A place where some other activity is happening. Okay. And it's specific for that area, for that location. Next word, soul. S-O-L-E. S-O-L-E. Soul. 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 This is a synonym of only when we use the word only to mean one or alone. Soul. Soul. If you have a sole purpose for learning English, that would mean you only have one reason. Hopefully you have many reasons. There are many, many, many reasons to learn another language, as you might already know. But if you said you have a sole purpose for learning English, that would be a way to say you only have one reason that you want to learn. Okay, but again, hopefully you have many reasons. There are many reasons to learn English and to learn other languages. All right, and the last word for this video, for this mini-series, for this chapter. Unique. Unique. U-N-I-Q-U-E. U-N-I-Q-U-E. Unique. Unique. Unique is something special. It's something that is different from what is normal. It's different in some way from what is normal. Unique. Maybe you have a unique hairstyle. It's different from the other people that you know, or the other people you work with, or the other people from where you live. Maybe it's different from everybody in the whole country where you live. Unique. Maybe you have a unique way of speaking, and it's different from the way other people speak. Maybe you have a unique music style, and it's different in some way from other music. Okay? And hopefully you find some unique element of these videos that you enjoy. Maybe there's something in these videos you've watched that is different in some way from other English videos. There are many, many English videos, and I encourage you to continue learning and finding other resources. I hope you have a wonderful experience in your language learning time, and keep practicing. Enjoy.